I'm back up here in the Reading area, reinvestigating something that I think I might have missed, and also to bring you an update on some construction that's going on. Stick around if you want to find out what it is. All right, so today I am back up here once again on the Exeter Scenic River Trail just outside of Reading, and I'm back up here to reinvestigate something that I was at 2 years ago, I believe it was, when I was up here looking for these desilting basin and weirs. The one desilting basin up here, which is Seifert number 2 desilting basin, I did not locate a weir when I was here, but I was told that all of these basins are supposed to have weirs in them yet. So there was one area that I didn't explore, and I want to do that today to check out and see if I can find it. And also, we're going to take a ride down on the Schuylkill River Trail to show you something that is being reborn. There is some construction going on that I discovered on my way home from work the one morning, and we're going to go and check that out. So let's get on the e-bike and head on down the trail and see what we find today. And we're off. This is just a gorgeous day to be out riding. Temperatures are in the mid 70s, probably going to get up to about 80 degrees today and tomorrow. Walked this whole trail 2 years ago when I was up here looking for these weirs. Didn't make it up here last year like I wanted to because of other stuff going on. Just a gorgeous day to be out. Everything's coming in bloom, everything's turning green. All right, we are at the number 2 desilting basin. This is the one where I didn't find the weir before, but there was one area that I didn't check. And I was told that all these basins are supposed to have weirs yet. So there's one other area we got to explore to definitely confirm that there isn't one here. So one of the things we got to look for while we're going along here is to see if there's any pipes going across here for drainage, because that would be a good indication as to where the weir is going to be. But I pretty much walked this whole length when I was here the other year, and I could not find anything. No drainage pipes, no nothing. So maybe we'll find it, maybe we won't. So we're coming up here where we're going to bear to the right and head up here to these athletic fields and see if the weir is up here. Aha! There's a good indication right here. Don't know if you can see it. But right there is the outlet. And I missed that when I was here the first time. That's a pretty big outlet too. So that would have came across the path here. Right here in front of me is the ditch, and it would have went across. And there is a ditch on the other side over here too. Yeah, there's a better view of the outlet, and that's a fairly nice sized one. But yep, typical concrete, pretty much a concrete ditch going here, but it's covered up with ground from over the years, and then would have proceeded across and down to there, and there is a huge pipe over there too. Not quite sure what that would be for. I don't know if that's part of the sewer line or an abandoned water line or something, but definitely something over there. See if we can figure out what that is when we come back down, but we got to go up here and around the bend, and hopefully the weir's there and I can get to it. Now, we'll see if it's where it's supposed to be. Should be right here on the right. Interesting. Very interesting. It is not here. Nope. It is not here. Not here at all. Just looking around to make sure it's not hiding in the weeds there, but it is not here. They tore it out. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute, I might have found something here. What's this over here? Yeah, this might be it right here. And this isn't the best time of the year to be trying to show you this because everything's green. In fact, if it gets any more green, you're not going to find it. But there it is. That's the remains of it. The concrete is there, but it is destroyed. In fact, I think there's a bolt. Yeah, this is definitely it, because here are the bolts sticking up and everything for it. There you can see all the concrete laying back there, and the reason why it was destroyed was to build this. So this did have a weir, and the reason why I couldn't find it the first time is because it's destroyed. In fact, I can even see straight down in there, I can see the pipe for it going down. But that's a shame they destroyed this one. So it is here, what's left of it. So success with that, finding it, the remains of it. It's a shame it's not fully intact, but they destroyed it when they went to build the athletic fields here. That's a shame. So while we're here, we'll take the path up, because there's something else I want to check out while I'm here yet too. To see if they have any progress on this bridge, which I doubt, or this underpass. Oh wow, it is open. Looks like Norfolk Southern finally did their job and fixed this underpass that was supposed to have been, that was closed for 20 years or something like that. As this is the Harrisburg East line that is above us. This is the one that goes from Wyomissing Junction down to Abrams Yard and beyond. So they finally fixed it. Not quite sure when they opened it up again, but at least it's open. Take a drive up here real quick, check the signals. And they are dead. Nothing in the block. Those signals are there for the switches that are down here to switch onto the belt line or to go into Reading Yard. And then the noise to my left is the other desilting basin that they're reclaiming the coal out of. And that's Stouts Ferry Reclamation Company or something like that. That's doing all the work on these desilting basins. Taking the coal silt out and repurposing it. So there are the lines, the rail lines, and I'm looking at these signals that are here. And they are all red. Those stay on constantly because of the switches that are down there, as you can probably see. So, nothing in the block. So that is Control Point Lorraine, where those switches are. Used to be further out on the line, what was called Clapperthal Junction. But they decided to take those switches out and move the switches back here for whatever reason. So we will head down, get back on the trail, and take a ride up to where the Scenic River Trail meets up with the Neversink Mountain Trail. And I think I mentioned in one of my other videos that there's CSX traffic on the Harrisburg East line right now because there's construction going on in Baltimore, but it's only 4 extra trains a day. In fact, in my previous video, when I was down at Valley Forge looking for the weir at the Valley Forge desilting basin, I did manage to catch a CSX train on the line. But still doesn't give it that much more rail traffic during the day. So this bridge abutment that's here, I did confirm with old aerial photographs that from the looks of it, it looks like it was a connecting spur between the Pennsylvania Railroad and the Reading Railroad. I could be wrong with that. I couldn't find any other information about it other than the photographs that I saw from back in the 30s. It looks like it linked up those two railroads, but it also could have been for a trolley too, because there were trolleys that ran through the area as well. So it's definitely rail related. So this is where the Exeter Scenic River Trail ends, and the Neversink Mountain Trail begins. And this is actually dry this time of the year, so we can actually ride through it. At least I think we can. Last time we were here, there was actually water going through it, but yeah, trail conditions change real quick going through that tunnel. This is all rough and rocky now, which we're not going to go up any further. We're going to turn around and go back because I already explored this. But usually this time of the year in the springtime, that tunnel's got water running through it and you got to watch as you'll get wet feet. But it is dry this time. All right, so now we got to get on this busy road. Which I don't like doing, but it's the only way to get onto the Schuylkill River Trail from here. But now we're on the Schuylkill River Trail. So we got a bit of a ride till we get down to the Titus generating station. And I can show you what's going on there with that place. So this is the trailhead on the left here, where I usually park when I explore this trail. And the funny part about it is, I probably went 3 miles the roundabout way, because at one point when we get up here, I'm only going to be a half mile from where we were along the river over there by the Never Sink Mountain Trail. So there were 2 companies that purchased this land here. That was the Titus generating station. And that hill that you saw there to my left is the ash from when they were using the coal-fired plant there. I believe they are supposed to be getting rid of that hill, doing something with it. There were some articles that I found online that said that there was a company that bought that part of the land. There was another company from King of Prussia that purchased the Titus generating station and the property for a measly $200,000, which was very cheap in my book. But what's interesting is, as of December of last year, it was now listed as an active railroad again with Norfolk Southern. They put in the process of putting a transload yard in there. And the company is, I believe, going to use the plant to burn plastics or something to do with plastics and turn that into energy. So there is the plant that is going to be repurposed into recycling plastics into energy. However they're going to do it. But they are bringing new life into that plant, which is a good thing, because that plant has been out of service now for 11 years. It was decommissioned in 2014 because the company operating it couldn't keep up with the strict EPA laws. So we'll ride on down here a short way and you'll see what they're doing with the railroad. But I can see here to my left, there's railroad ties and rail laying in there. Looks like they got it. It's going to be going right into the plant, the rail line. Oh, look at this. Look at this. I said I wasn't going to catch a train. Caught myself a CSX. This is sweet. Tropicana. Auto racks. Wow, I have been getting lucky here with catching CSX trains on Norfolk Southern Harrisburg East. But this is what I wanted to show. There they're putting the rails back into the plan again. Brand new track. It's not ribbon track or anything, but they are going to have to put a switch in here. But they are laying rail back in there, and it's going to be a transload facility now. So most likely, once it gets in operation, I'll be coming back up here again to document the progress on this. But this is just so neat that they're actually putting the rails back in, of course, after they ripped them out how many years ago. Whether everything's going to stay, the place where they dumped the coal over there and loaded it and fed it into the factory, if that's going to stay there or not, I don't know. But they do have the remains of a switch right there. That was there at one time. And then on the other side over here, they got hopper cars sitting over here. Or gondolas or whatever. But whatever, there you can see them. Whatever they're going to use them for, they got a string of them over there on the siding. So the other thing that tipped me off that there was something going on here, just a short ways down, there's a substation here, and if I can get on the road, I'll show you. They sunk a lot of money into upgrading this substation, all new equipment in there and everything. That was another thing that tipped me off that something was going on here. So I'll have a link to the article down in the description field there, that you can read the article on what's going on here with the generating station. Don't even have to travel down that far. Here you can see it, and I'll even zoom in. Those are all new transformers that are up in there. All new lines put across here. In the past year or so, new high tension lines, everything was upgraded here at this facility. So they're definitely doing work on this to coincide with the generating station. There's just another shot. Of all the work being done there. That is one big snapping turtle in the water there. Saw him floating down. He's pretty big, although you can't really tell in the video. All right, so we are going to, I should say we are turned around and we are headed back. Got about a 3-mile drive or ride to get back to where I parked again. But I definitely am going to be coming back up here at some point, because there are some more trails that I want to explore. Some abandoned railroad beds that go along the river. But it's getting to that time of the year where it's not going to be good to do that kind of exploring, because everything is getting nice and green. Look at this. Look at this. I finally caught one. Finally caught a train on the turkey path, and a ballast train. So that was coming out of Dyer Quarry. Not sure if it's loaded or not. Long nose forward with the engine, no less, too. And I'm not quite sure what those solar panels are for on top of the hoppers. I'll have to do some research on that. I've seen them already, and I never bothered asking anybody to see if they knew what they were. I'm sure it's for the operation of the hopper when they dump it or something or other. But that was so cool. Finally got a train on the turkey path. My day's complete now. 2 trains. Well, it was certainly easier getting across 724 that time than it was the first time we went up. So that is going to wrap it up for this video over here in Exeter and Gibraltar and outside of Reading on the Exeter Scenic River Trail and the Schuylkill River Trail. Mission accomplished, finding the remains of the weir. Too bad it was destroyed. And also to bring you the status update there of the construction going on over at the Titus generating station over there. I should say the former Titus generating station. And catching 2 trains today, that was just a bonus. So thanks for coming along. Until next time, let's have a ball and do it all. We'll see you soon.